In 2005, a scrappy teenager from Majorca took Paris by storm. Not just with his world-beating tennis, but with a swashbuckling Nike outfit that would quickly become his signature look. In this video we take a look at the evolution of Rafael Nadal. By the way, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, show some love, and hit the like button, and feel free to comment down below. Now on with the video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. At the time of making this video, we are at the early stages of Wimbledon 2022, and the Spanish tennis superstar is chasing his 23rd slam. On 22, he's already leading the GOAT race, and just last month in Paris he astonished the world with his 14th win at Roland Garros. I just want to highlight that and drive home just how massive of a feat it was. Rafa's victory took place 17 years to the day and on the same courts as his very first Grand Slam win back in 2005. Back then he caught the imagination of every tennis fan around the world with his distinct style and gameplay and of course tennis attire. But nearly 2 decades later, that kid is all grown up and so is his on-court style. He grew up in a sports-minded family. His uncle Miguel Angel Nadal was a professional association soccer player who competed in the 2002 World Cup. Rafa began playing tennis at age 4, guided by another uncle, Tony Nadal, who remained his coach on the professional tour. In his early years, Rafa, who wrote with his right hand, played left-handed tennis with both a two-handed forehand and backhand. When he was 12, however, his uncle encouraged him to adopt a more conventional left-handed style. Rafa stuck with his two-handed backhand but switched to what became his signature one-handed forehand, the stroke that was credited with lifting him into the sport's upper echelons. Rafa, who officially turned professional in 2001, had appeared in only one Grand Slam tournament as a junior competitor when he reached the semifinals at the 2002 Wimbledon Championships. He began his professional career in earnest the next year, breaking into the top 50 in the world. In 2004 he played a crucial role in Spain's defeat of the United States in the Davis Cup final, toppling Andy Roddick, then number 2 in the world, in a 4-set opening day singles clash. Rafa became the youngest player, at 18 years 6 months, in the history of the international team competition, to win a singles match for a victorious country, driving his trademark forehand with a devastatingly potent heavy topspin and covering the court with an energetic style not seen often. Rafa quickly became one of the top players on the Association of Tennis Professionals Tour. He also developed a rivalry with world number 1 Roger Federer. In 2005 he set a record for a teenage male player by registering 11 tournament victories, including a triumph at his French Open debut, when he upset Federer in the semifinals. The next year, Rafa secured 5 more titles on the ATP Tour, including his second straight French Open win, this time besting Federer in the final. He also reached his first final on the grass at Wimbledon before falling to Federer. Now let's go back to his 2005 French Open win. Most fans think of vintage Rafa and picture sleeveless shirts and very long shorts. But what if I told you that look was actually designed for his 2005 breakout season? Yes, it was. Sponsored by Nike since the start of his career, the young Spaniard took his first steps on the tour in 2002 wearing pretty much what any other player was wearing at the time. A baggy shirt with sleeves down to his elbows and shorts that hit well above the knee. The only Rafa part of this look was the headband, a strip of cloth that has endured in the Spaniard's wardrobe since his earliest pro days, across the decades and through many fashion eras. But ahead of his long-awaited Roland Garros debut in 2005, Nike had cooked up something special, or at least wholly unique, for the then 18-year-old Rafa, whose pirate pants made him look as if he should be scampering up the rigging of a galleon, seems certain to plunder the treasure chests of tournaments for years to come, wrote The Independent after his Monte Carlo win in 2005. Rafa was already an established force on the tour before he made his first Roland Garros appearance, having made his first Grand Slam appearance at Wimbledon in 2003. But despite his obvious clay court prowess, it would be another 2 years before the Spaniard finally touched down in Paris. His debut had been delayed due to various injuries, including the first signs of what would eventually be diagnosed as Mueller-Weiss syndrome in his left foot. And what an entrance Nadal made. This green and white Nike outfit, complete with an 18 inches inseam on the shorts, was an instant sensation, if only because no one had ever seen anything like this worn in a tennis match. And it certainly made his first Roland Garros victories all the more memorable. As Christopher Clarey of the New York Times put it, back in 2005 after his first Roland Garros triumph, he is also difficult to ignore because of his appearance. He has long, dark hair and high cheekbones, and then there are his tennis clothes, a jarring blend of past and present, with his long white pants evoking the golden age of the game, and his bright sleeveless shirts evoking nothing but the 21st century. The sleeveless shirt and pirate shorts era, 2005 to 2008, was merely a blip in Rafa's fashion chronology. But the often debated look immediately became his signature style, and an image that somehow captured his youth and exuberance in such a way that still, more than a decade since he hung up the clam diggers, it's still associated with Rafa himself. In addition to being eye-catching, the outfit served a dual purpose. First, it strategically concealed his biggest vulnerabilities. In other words, his already suspect knees, which accumulated more strapping with every passing year, and highlighted his most visible strengths, those massive biceps for starters. And second, it also set up the perfect aesthetic contrast between him and his biggest rival, Roger Federer, who oozed elegance on the court, both by his own nature and by design, with the help of their shared sponsor Nike. In 2007, Rafa extended his victories on clay surfaces to a record 81 consecutive matches before losing to Federer on May 20th in the final of the ATP Masters Series in Hamburg, after bouncing back to win his third title at Roland Garros. Rafa lost to Federer in a grueling 5-set Wimbledon final lasting 3 hours 45 minutes. The two met once again in the 2008 French Open final, where Rafa overpowered Federer to win his fourth straight tournament title, tying Bjorn Borg's record for consecutive French Open wins. His game developed and matured, as did his following and earnings. With that came a lifestyle that most of us can only dream about. But clearly money was not Rafa's motivation. Playing and winning was. Rafa and Federer met in a third consecutive Wimbledon final in 2008. This time Rafa won his fifth career Grand Slam title, in a 5-set match lasting 4 hours 48 minutes, then the longest men's singles final in Wimbledon history, and thus became the first man since Borg in 1980 to collect both the French Open and the Wimbledon title in the same year. Moving on, in August 2008 he won the men's singles gold medal at the Olympic Games in Beijing, and he took over the #1 world ranking from Federer in the same month. But just as quickly as the sleeveless shirt and pirate shorts era came, it was suddenly over at the end of 2008. A new fashion era was dawning for Rafa, but not everyone was pleased. It is being called, by some, the most controversial clothing change in all of sports, wrote the Associated Press, while the Australian Age observed anger, disbelief, and hurt among the Vamos Brigade, in major news that rocked many Rafa fans to their very core. When Rafa was spotted in Australia beginning his preparations for the 2009 season, the sleeveless shirts and long shorts were nowhere to be seen. What was seen? A bit of leg, as Nadal's shorts now peeked over his knees once again. For sure, when you have a change, some people like it, other people don't, Rafa said at the time, diplomatic as always. Not everybody liked the sleeveless. Right now it's gonna be the same, no, he said. Of course, no one cared much about how long his shorts were when Rafa was lifting his first Australian Open trophy by the end of the tournament, but after he crashed out of the French Open for the first time later that same year, due to a chronic knee injury and a godly Robin Soderling effort, some fans made their displeasure known and laid the blame on the kit itself. Fans even circulated online petitions demanding Nike to bring back the sleeveless, a cry that's been repeated many times by many fans during Rafa's career. Even his rival Federer agreed. "I think it's a pity he gave up his pirate pants and the sleeveless shirts," the Swiss player said in 2010. "I thought our styles were colliding even more then. I kind of miss it. Let me know down in the comments below if you also miss the sleeveless." His dominance of the French Open returned in 2010 when he easily won the event for the 5th time in his career, which he followed by winning his second Wimbledon title in July of that year. In September he won his first US Open and thus completed a career Grand Slam by having won all 4 of the Slam's component tournaments. In 2011 Rafa captured his 6th career French Open title, besting Federer in the final. After losing the next 3 consecutive Grand Slam finals to Novak, Rafa reversed course and defeated the Serb in the 2012 French Open final to break Borg's record for the men's French Open singles championships. He added another French title in 2013, becoming the first man to win the same Grand Slam singles event 8 times. Later that year he captured a second career US Open singles championship. In 2014 he won an 9th French Open championship. Rafa was plagued by injuries throughout the remainder of the 2014 season, and he struggled to recover his form in 2015. During that year he failed to win a Grand Slam title, ending his record streak of having captured at least 1 major tournament in 10 straight years. His best performance at a Grand Slam in 2016 was just a 4th-round elimination at the US Open. But Rafa gained a measure of redemption by capturing his second career Olympic gold medal at the Rio de Janeiro Games. He advanced to his first Grand Slam final in 3 years at the 2017 Australian Open, where he lost a thrilling 5-set match to Federer. Rafa ended his Grand Slam title drought when he won a 10th career French Open championship in June 2017. 3 months later, he won his third US Open singles title. At the 2018 Australian Open, Rafa was forced to withdraw in the quarterfinals because of an injury, but he recovered in time to claim another French Open championship, which was his 17th Grand Slam title. After losing the Australian Open final in 2019, he continued his dominance at Roland Garros that year by capturing his 12th career French Open singles championship. He later won the 2019 US Open singles title, which was his 19th career Grand Slam championship, the second most for men behind Federer's 20 titles. The following year, he tied Federer when he won his 13th French Open title. Their record was equaled in July 2021 by Novak. After losing in the semifinals of the French Open in 2021, Rafa missed most of the year's remaining tournaments, including Wimbledon and the US Open, because of a foot injury. He entered the 2022 Australian Open with low expectations, but he stunned many observers by overcoming a 2-set deficit to defeat Russia's Daniil Medvedev in the final and claim his 21st Grand Slam title. Some 4 months later, Rafa won his 14th career French Open championship. Over the years, one thing has remained constant, and that is his drive and determination to win. That is probably why he is and will be the greatest tennis player ever. Thanks for watching. Take care and see you again soon.